Welcome back to the channel. We have this interesting question that says find the values of x given that 2 to the power of the square root of x is equal to 8 to the power of x. Many students find this difficult because they could only find one solution for x. But I tell you, there are more than one solution for x, and we can find the other ones. So our first step will be for us to notice the base. The base on the left hand side is 2, but the one on the right is 8. We can also write 8 in terms of the base of 2. That means 8 is the same as 2 times 2 times 2, which is written as 2 to the power of 3. Now let's rewrite our given question. So we have 2 to the power of the square root of x. This is equal to, in terms of 8, I'm going to be writing 2 to the power of 3. And this is raised to the power of 8. Now our next step will be for us to apply the law of exponents that says when I have a to the power of m, and this is raised to the power of n, this can be written as a to the power of m times n. Now let's apply this to what we have here. So we have 2 to the power of the square root of x. This is equal to, now this expression becomes 2 to the power of 3 times x. So this simplifies into 2 to the power of the square root of x, which is equal to 2 to the power of 3 times x is 3x. Now notice that the base on the left and on the right are the same. That means the exponent on the left and on the right must also be the same for this to be true. So that means the exponent on the left, which is the square root of x, must also be equal to the exponent on the right. Very good. Now let's try to plug in 0 to see if 0 can be a solution. So let's say x equal to 0. For example, we plug in 0 in place of x. So we have the square root of 0. This is equal to 3 times 0. The square root of 0 is actually 0. This is equal to 3 times 0 is 0. So 0 actually works. So the value of x is 0. So we've got one value of x. And like I said, this is not the only solution for x. Let's find other solution. So let's come back to what we have here. Now our next step will be for us to divide both sides by the square root of x. So the left hand side I have the square root of x, I'll divide by the square root of x. This is equal to, the right hand side I have 3x, I'll also divide by the square root of x. Please notice that here x is not equal to 0. That is it, in order for this to be possible. Now divide. The square root of x divided by the square root of x is 1. This is equal to, now this is 3x divided by the square root of x. Now notice we have x here. X is the same as the square root of x times the square root of x. That means in place of this x, I'm going to be putting this. So we have 1 equal to 3 times, now in place of this, we have the square root of x times the square root of x, all over the denominator, which is the square root of x. Now see that this square root of x cancels out this, so we have 1 to be equal to 3 times the square root of x. Very good. Now let's divide both sides by 3. So I'll divide the left by 3, I'll divide the right by 3. So we have 1 all over 3 to be equal to, now this 3 here cancels out this 3, leaving behind the square root of x. Now let's flip their positions. So I'll write the square root of x on the left equal to, I'll write 1 all over 3 on the right. Now to get rid of this square root, we have to square both sides. So I'll square the left hand side, I'll also square the right hand side. Now this square cancels out the square root, leaving behind x to be equal to, now we're going to be distributing this power of 2. So we have 1 to the power of 2 all over 3 to the power of 2. And this is equal to 1 to the power of 2 is 1, all over 3 to the power of 2 is 9. So we have another value for x, which is equal to 1 all over 9. Now let's check our solutions. Now we're checking our first answer we got for x is 0. And recall our given equation, which is 2 to the power of the square root of x is equal to 8 to the power of x. Now let's plug in 0 for x. So we have 2 to the power of the square root of 0 equal to 8 to the power of 0. This becomes 2 to the power of the square root of 0 is 0. This is equal to 8 to the power of 0. And from the law of indices, when we raise any number to the power of 0, the result is always 1. So 2 to the power 0 is 1, and this is equal to 8 to the power 0 is 1. So we see that the left-hand side and the right-hand side are the same, which shows that the value of x equal to 0 is a solution. Now let's check again, this time when x is equal to 1 all over 9. Good. We're going to be putting that here. So we have 2 to the power of the square root of 1 all over 9. This is equal to 8 to the power of 1 all over 9. So this becomes 2. We're going to be distributing this square root to become the square root of 1 all over the square root of 9. Very good. And this is equal to 8 is same as 2 to the power of 3. And this is raised to the power of 1 all over 9. So simplifying further, this becomes 2 to the power of, the square root of 1 is 1 all over, the square root of 9 is 3. This is equal to, now we're going to be applying the power rule here. So we have 2 to the power of 3 times 1 all over 9. So finally, we have 2 to the power of 1 over 3 on the left, which is equal to 3 here, 1, 3 here is 3. So this is equal to 2 to the power of 1 times 1 is 1 all over the denominator 3. So we see that the left-hand side and the right-hand side are also the same, which shows that the value of x equal to 1 all over 9 is also a solution. Well, there are shorter ways to solve this question, and if you know of any shorter way to solve this question, indicate that in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and have learned something from this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my upcoming videos. And like I always say, until next time, take care.